Hey guys, welcome back to another Chelsea Brothers episode. Today we not only have one guest, we have two guests. Over here with us we have Hugo Taylor and we have Tanisha. So guys, do give them a warm welcome down in the comment section if you guys do want to comment.
Welcome Hugo and Tanisha.
And
Thank
today's
you for having us.
episode, because we have just broken our very own record when we signed Kai Havertz from Bayer Leverkusen. This is an amazing view. We are all extremely excited about it. And let's hear our views on the transfer. So why don't you guys take it away? Who wants to go first?
I can start if people would like to. Well, obviously Kai Havertz extremely versatile, playing in the Bundesliga. He's been playing a left wing cam role. He can do about everything in the attack. I think he's what I really like about Havertz. He's actually kind of a Lampard player in terms of him drifting forward and wanting to shoot. So I really like him under the management of Lamps, and I think that's why that actually contributed quite a bit to his signing. So I'm really excited. I actually don't know if he's going to drift off more to the wing or play midfield.
Yeah. So you mentioned about one of the main reasons being Lampard was the kind of player he did idolize, and he actually mentioned that in his first interview. He said growing up, Lampard was one of the players he watched, and that did play a massive role in him coming here. So that was one thing. Do you guys think he'll be ready to start this weekend? I mean, the Premier League does start on Monday, so.
I mean, if you're splashing this much cash, you got to be getting him straight into business, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know. Since it's against Brighton, Lampard might want to be playing Mount. I don't know.
Okay.
I know, just before the season starts, you might want to give him a hit up.
Yeah.
This is so weird. I can see two Nikos right now.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
I'm going to take the other one out.
There we go.
All right. Yeah. And Nico did mention his versatility. So, guys, do you guys think we could possibly see him playing on the wing this season?
Yeah, I definitely think I can see. So he's I agree with the fact that he's completely positionally fluid. I can totally see him in Chelsea playing. I think he would play right wing or striker, but I can see him in right wing, especially for Chelsea. But yeah.
So are you saying that you'll drop Ziyech? Because Ziyech seems to be our starting right wing this season now.
Well, I think just for rotation, Lampard's gonna have a tough decision to make for every single game, who gets left out of the rotation, because either one of Werner, Mount, Pulisic, Ziyech, or Havertz won't be able to make it into the rotation every game.
I mean, that's not compulsory. That's not necessarily the case, because I mean, if you look at the team that we fielded against Everton, we played Kante, and then in front of him we played two attacking-minded midfielders in Mount and Barkley, and Havertz can easily take Barkley's place if he played in that manner. And we did.
Yeah. But Nayes, in terms of Lampard's priorities, I think we need to focus on defensive structure. And having two attacking midfielders, I don't know if that's so wise. I think Kante you must definitely have. And I think Kovacic is just that engine in the middle that I know Kante, everyone says he's everywhere, but so is Kovacic. That guy's running everywhere, attacking, defending. So I think him, Kante, and the likes of Havertz as the three would be spectacular.
Yeah, but Kovacic doesn't offer anything in the final third. That's what I feel. I mean, I do know he scored 2 goals in the season. I know, but before that, he had 1 assist. That's it. He had 1 assist and 2 goals in the past 2 seasons.
Yeah, but Donalds, are you going to say that goals and assists is what football is? No. I think that position that he plays, just up and down the pitch, it's so underrated in the sense that it's never on the score sheet, but it's just so valuable. And him breaking the line, because what it is, now that we've got all this attacking ability and creativity with Ziyech, Werner, Havertz, just that one little dead ball, killer pass through the line, he doesn't have to get the assist, but he has to break the line, dribble a man, and then these players like Ziyech, Werner, and Havertz deal with the rest.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, if you look at Havertz, especially this season, his creativity has improved a lot. I mean, Mr. Stats, Hugo, can you please tell us what was his goals and assist tally this season?
This season in the Bundesliga, through 30 games, he had 12 goals and 6 assists.
I mean, that is an amazing number, especially considering his age. and how much he can grow. I mean, he will also offer a lot in the final third, and so does Mount this season, considering it's his first season. So and let's not forget, Mount is Frank's favorite player in the team right now. He's dropped him only for one game all season, so I don't see him dropping Mount in this case. Even though
the only thing I'm worried about with Havertz, I think Harry and I were both talking about this. It's how does this affect Gilmore? And I love Gilmore. I love that guy, and I need him. I want him in Chelsea's squad in these upcoming years. So I just don't know how that's going to maybe stunt his development or maybe even push him harder to get into the starting lineup.
See, I think that Gilmore, this is his chance to go off on loan and really solidify his starting position in a less good team, and then come back to Chelsea in a couple of years' time, and when there is that space for him in the squad.
Fair enough, because he is injured for a bit longer.
Yeah. But the thing is, I know you guys might not agree with this, but I don't think Gilmore is affected as much by this transfer in comparison to the player he lost the youth player of the academy year award 2 years ago, Conor Gallagher, who this season who was on loan at Swansea and Charlton Athletic. He had an amazing season down in the Championship. And he should have been ready to be in the bench this season. But I think Havertz's signing affects him a lot more than Gilmore, because Gilmore plays in a more reserved role. He's a lot like Jorginho than Mount in the sense, compared to Jorginho, he's a lot more agile. He's a lot faster, and he's also willing to get stuck in like Jorginho. So that's the thing against Jorginho he has. That he's better than Jorginho at. So that's why I don't think Havertz will actually impact his growth as much.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
I understand that. But I'm actually not sure why. Maybe we can refer to Hugo for this. But why would Lampard allow for the Sarr transfer to keep him on loan for one more year?
I'm not sure, because I think it has to do with development of Chelsea centre backs and also development of Sarr, because he's been playing in the League One. I think he's been playing well, so I think he just wants to give him a bit more professional experience. He's quite young, right?
Yeah.
So he just needs a bit. I think he just wants him to get a bit more experience. But then again, I'm gonna take on the flip side. If he were to come to Chelsea, he could learn from one of the best centre backs in the world in Thiago Silva, and he could sort of take him under his wing. Well, that's what I'm hoping he'll do with Zuma.
Yeah, I like your ideas, Hugo. The other thing I saw today on social media was that Willian released a statement saying, "If I had known Thiago Silva had come, I maybe would have stayed."
He's already regretting.
That's a bit of a missed opportunity from Chelsea.
I'm not shocked he's already regretting his move to Arsenal. I mean, come on, we are the. It's a Chelsea.
I mean,
I don't know.
I have some opinions. I'm not going to get into them right now, but I can see the draw behind Arsenal with the best. Sorry,
wait, hold on. I know exactly why you're saying that, because you are in love with one player in the team. And please go ahead and talk about him.
He's undeniably the best player in. Like, it feels wrong to say the word, but I can't think of another player that's.
Okay. So for those of you who do not know, Harry is probably the biggest Aubameyang fan I know.
Hey, and this is coming from a diehard Chelsea fan. He is too good. That FA Cup.
You know what? I think currently I don't think this is controversial, but Aubameyang is the best player in London. I'll say that. In the Premier League, it's De Bruyne, but in London, I'll give it to him.
It depends, because I mean, you can't compare people who are offensive-minded compared to defensive-minded. I think Kante is the best player, but he's the best defensive-minded player. So you can't compare that. You can say probably the best striker, and I'll agree with that. He's probably the best striker in England right now. I won't deny that.
Oh, yeah. He's the second best in Europe striker, in my opinion.
Who's the best?
You reckon?
For me, it's RL9, Robert Lewandowski.
Oh, it's got to be. It does have to be.
What about Ciro Immobile?
Yeah, see,
Was it-
Immobile did score a lot of goals this season for Lazio, but they didn't get any trophies and they kind of choked towards the end of the season. But he did score a lot of goals, I do think, Hughes. But can you compare the bottom sides of the Serie A to the EPL? I don't think so.
Hey, I don't know if you can.
Misha, do you have anything to add to this?
I mean, I've always personally, okay, Hazard's been like my number one, so I can't have like any unbiased opinions here, so I can't say shit. But yeah,
That's fair. I mean, as much as I love Hazard, I mean, the way that we've coped with his transfer, I think we've done very well because we've gotten really good quality signings in Ziyech, Werner, and Havertz. So for basically just more than the price of Hazard. And I
No,
think
but I agree with you there as well, Chicken McDonald's, because Hazard was such a key component of Chelsea's squad last year. And everything went through him, you know? So for him to go and lose that key of a player and still get in the Champions League, I actually think that's why Frank Lampard got his EPL nominee for Manager of the Year.
And again, going back to the topic of Havertz, I think next season he will be a very key player. And the thing is, when I look at these Havertz videos, right, and I was also reading an article where I can't remember who the pundit was, but there's a guy who says that when he looks at Havertz, he sees a mix of Michael Ballack and Ozil in the sense of Ozil's creativity and just Ballack's build and Ballack's like his elegance. I remember, I mean, I didn't watch like I never. I mean, I was a Chelsea fan then, but I never used to watch daily games when Ballack was playing with Chelsea. But I've watched a lot of videos since, and I mean, I love Ballack. He was just an absolutely fantastic player. And if Havertz can become a player like that for us, it'll be brilliant.
Yeah, I like to think of Havertz as a bit of a Lampard, but then comes back a little bit more as a midfielder and actually can pass the ball better, I think. So potentially maybe even like a Deco and a Lampard together.
Oh wow!
Those are some bold claims, mate. Those are some bold claims. I really hope we can live up to that hype, though.
Except
I mean,
I don't think he suits the physique, but he's actually a little bit more skinny. But I think he's quite a tall guy, so I think he'll deal physically well in the Premier League. I saw a video of him training the other day for Chelsea. Bloody hell, he can shoot the ball. He put it in the bin and right foot, left foot. Doesn't matter.
I think another way, I mean, another thing that he really adds for our team is because our midfield really lacks height and strength. We have a very short midfield, and I think you need that physicality in midfield, and also when we're defending set pieces, corners, corners and free kicks, right? He adds that aerial threat that will help defend it and help attack as well.
Yeah.
And considering how many goals he conceded from set pieces last season, Jesus, we really
But Chicken McDonald. I will say that now the front three, they are so quick.
I know. Nico, we are losing you.
Yeah, Nico.
Hello?
Nico, we've lost you.
Oh.
Somebody else
dear.
take it away, guys. Somebody else till Nico comes back.
Oh.
You
Go on,
over
Harry.
He's back.
No, please. Stop, man.
Nico,
Oh, I think what Nico was gonna say was he was just talking about the pace of the front three with Werner, Pulisic. It's gonna be a very tough team it's gonna be a tough attack to defend.
and let's not forget we also have Callum Hudson-Odoi coming off the bench for us, most probably. Because I mean I don't see him starting over Ziyech or Pulisic in my view, personally. So yeah, I think he'll start off on the bench for us, which I honestly I'm kind of sad about because 2 seasons ago he was our brightest prospect. He was coming in, doing all the beautiful skills, lighting up the Premier League, and I don't know. I'm kind of feel bad for him because he rejected a move to Bayern, and now he's not getting game time. Yeah.
How do you think he'll feel about that, Vaughn?
I mean, obviously he'll be disappointed, but I think he's got to fight first place. Chelsea is a club that wants to be at the top of every competition. We want to be at the top of Europe, and if we want to do that, we have to go into the market. We have to spend. Similarly, like Liverpool, they spent 70 million on Van Dijk, 70 million on Alisson, and those 2 signings completely transformed their team. It helped them take from. Yeah, so I mean, you have to spend to win. So that's what Man City done as well. So, yeah.
All right, guys, and with the last segment of the show, Nagas and I wanted to discuss how many goals and assists do you think the likes of Havertz and Werner will get? I personally think that Werner will actually contend for Golden Boot. I think he'll get 20-plus goals with the Aubameyang. And I'm actually looking for Havertz to be that maestro in the midfield, get 8, 10-plus assists. I'm really excited. What do you think, Nisha, Harry, Hugo, and Chicken Mix McDonald's?
Well, first of all, I agree. I think Werner will have a great season.
Yeah.
Competing with Aubameyang, I'm not sure. This season, I think he's going to go. Yeah, I think that's silly to suggest. But I do think that Havertz will compete with. I think that duo will be the best in the Prem this year.
Sorry, what? Could you repeat that last part?
The duo of Werner and Havertz will be the best in the Prem this year.
Who do you think it was this season?
Sorry?
One second, sorry. Debatably, I feel that the partnership of Pulisic and Ziyech will be better. Because if you look at Ziyech, right? No, hold on. Let me just explain why, okay? If you look at Ziyech at Ajax team, right? He has this trademark cross that's for players that on the foot going.
On the left foot, whipped it into the back post. Beautiful.
Exactly, beautiful. And Proma scored like that against it. And he's got like 10 or 11 assists like that this season across all competitions. And Pulisic is the kind of player that likes to make the runs behind. That's not something Hazard used to do. I mean, I can see that partner. I can just imagine that happening like countless times against teams like Man City, Man U. Teams that play especially higher lines. It'll be. I can completely see that happen. And for the goal against Brighton, it was a similar ball, right? It was a ball over the top, beautifully.
It was.
It was beautiful to Hudson-Odoi. So I mean, I can just see that happening a lot, and that's why I think they'll have a better partnership than Werner and Havertz.
Yeah, fair enough.
Are you saying that Pulisic and Ziyech will be the best partnership in the Prem?
I can see it happening. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think they'll be the best in Chelsea. That's where we disagree. That's why I love this relationship.
I just hope Havertz is. I expect him to be in around maybe low teens for goals, around 13, 14, 15 for goals, and maybe in around 10 assists, and that'll be an excellent season for him.
Oh, that'd be a great season.
Yeah, so his first season in the Prem at such a young age, that'd be amazing.
But I fingers crossed, I'm actually expecting a team of the season performance.
No, but I honestly think if Havertz isn't playing right wing or center mid, he's going to be striking. And I genuinely think, okay, maybe not 20 plus goals, but like I think somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's a striker. He's got an amazing shot. I mean, if you see his volley against RB Leipzig, the left-footed one off the post inside, I mean, that's one of the best goals I've seen in my life. I'm sorry, Harry, it's much better than FA Cup goals. Just got to get it in there.
Even the pen?
It's a penalty. Come on, I can score penalty like I did against you guys in the Chinese New Year Cup.
Hey, don't remind me.
Oh.
And he can also, I mean, Havertz can do it in Europe as well. He got 4 goals in Europa League this year.
Yeah.
Only in 5 games.
The thing with Havertz is more than his shooting ability. I think his best trait is his ability to just thread the perfect through ball.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why you and Harry both said that him and Werner will be an amazing partnership. But I still think Pulisic and Ziyech could be better.
Yeah.
Hugo, what do you guys think? Who's going to be a better partnership?
No idea. I just think Ziyech and Havertz are just going to add so much creativity. I feel like it's going to be so good for Pulisic and Werner. I think they'll get a lot more goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll wrap up the podcast for tonight. I think some of us have to do work. But thank you, Nugget McChicken Schnaggy Noggles Donalds, for hosting the. Thank you also to Tanisha, a new guest, Harold and Hugo. But We'll see you soon, Chelsea brother fans. See you guys.
Chelsea!
Come on, you Blues!
See you, boys. Thanks for the call, Naggies. Nice meeting you. See you guys.
Nice meeting you.
See ya.